In his farewell address, President Obama urged us to get engaged in politics and not just to sit back and check out of everything. Then he went kite surfing. But still, the people are taking to the streets. And in New Jersey, it's one street in particular.
Confusion and concern over some road names in New Jersey. There is one name in particular that's causing issues of its own.
I'm standing right now on Ellsworth Street, but if I cross Howard Avenue here, this now turns into Dick Street. City leaders have proposed changing the name of this section of Ellsworth to Dick Street to make it easier to find in an emergency.
Now I know your first instinct when you hear Dick Street is to think that now we're going to start making dick jokes, you know? Like how Dick Street is only 2 blocks long and it's slightly bent, or how this is a bad time to extend Dick Street when it's cold outside. That's not, no, guys, no. This is not about dick jokes. This is about ordinary citizens who are fighting a government that thrusts itself into every crevice of our lives. And it's hurting people.
Homeowners on Ellsworth want to know if they can change it to something other than Dick Street.
Nah, I don't like it.
He thinks switching his home address from Ellsworth Street to what he calls a less than flattering street name will make his property value go down.
So I don't want to screw up my life.
See that? Real people. And you can't tell me that this guy doesn't deserve better, because his name is Anal. Imagine his life. Probably coming to this country, growing up with a name like that. Some people are worried about whether Trump will cover their pre-existing condition, but this poor man has more pressing issues. He doesn't want to be anal on Dick Street. And when you're a local activist, there's many different ways that you can try and tackle a problem. Some people prefer to see it on the ground. Others prefer a bird's eye view.
John Sedlak, seen here with his pet falcon, says living on this street isn't as embarrassing as everyone thinks.
I know people that are named Dick, or their name's Rich and they're called Dick, so.
Of course the name Dick does not embarrass him. This man does not play by our rules, people. He's walking around New Jersey with a falcon on his arm. That's New Jersey, that's a falcon. Not just a falcon, by the way, a hunting falcon. You see that thing? Like, what is he catching? Rats? Who is this person? What is he catching, like his neighbor's poodle? What is it like? Oh, is the street name okay? Yeah, that's far down on this guy's list. He's too busy fighting Sauron or whatever. I don't know. What is he doing with a falcon? Who is this person? Now, the Clifton City Council will vote on Dick Street next Tuesday. And the people will make their voices heard. And we at The Daily Show wanted to be a part of that. So we sent Jordan Klepper to get a firmer grip on the story.
Trevor, I'm here in New Jersey at the center of controversy, where the wholesome people of Ellsworth are fighting not to be associated with the sick perverts of Dick Street. I went straight to the outraged residents of Ellsworth Street to see the situation on the ground.
We don't want to change the name.
I think they should leave the name the way it is. I don't want to, my street name, Dick Street.
Come on, you're a laid-back guy. You got a little light can in your front window. Isn't it kind of cool to live on Dick Street?
No, not for me.
I left Ellsworth and headed all the way over to Dick Street, where the locals were proud of the name.
Dick Street. I live here all my life since I was a kid.
Why do you think those people don't want to be associated with the Dicks over here?
What's the big deal? Is it gonna kill you? You know, it's like houses always changing. Everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that today.
What are you talking about?
You know, like different how that's changed. That used to be like that.
I've never, okay.
Oh.
But back on Ellsworth, the locals were still outraged.
I would assume that City Hall would change the name to something different than a Dick Street, because if I need to sell the house, what do you want me to tell other people? I live in a Dick Street.
Is there a better name for this street?
We don't want the Dick at the beginning.
Would you take a Dick at the end?
No. I have a daughter. If somebody asks my daughter, where do you live? On a Dick Street.
Would you be comfortable having a daughter who lived on Big Willie Street?
That's fine.
Johnson Street?
That's fine.
Wang Street?
Wang Street is fine.
Peanut Street?
No.
Okay, so that's the line.
That's the line.
Street?
Nope.
Old Man Ball Street?
Nope.
Ball Street?
Nope.
Old Man Street?
Old Man Street, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks to Obama's inspiring call to action, the citizens of soon-to-be Dick Street won't take this lying down.